What's up, guys? It's noname4505 here, bringing you guys a UU match. Sorry for a little bit of pause there. I thought I heard something outside, and if you hear banging in the background, that's because this is Woodpecker. I think if you guys have been subscribed to me for a long time, like around this time last year, around springtime, ever since I've moved to the house that I live in, there's this woodpecker, and every spring for 2.5 months, he just sits out front of the window ledge and the windows, and he just sits there and pecks at it constantly. It's annoying as fuck, and because this motherfucker is an endangered species, we can't do shit to it because we don't want to disturb its natural habitat. But besides that, I do have a UU match today. I think I mentioned that already. And I'm at the top. My opponent, my opponent, whose name I cannot pronounce, is on the bottom. So that's unfortunate, but whatever. And this team is kind of, I was just staring into space. I think I was in, like, statistics or some shit like that. And I was playing Showdown on my phone, and then I felt like playing some UU, but I didn't have any UU teams loaded, so so I had to make a new team, and I thought that instead of just, your standard run-of-the-mill team, even though this is a very standard run-of-the-mill team, I decided to use Moltres over, the standard Chandelure, Darmanitan, Victini, your standard fire type, because I felt that Moltres has viability in this tier, because like almost all of RU for that matter has viability in this tier, but I felt that Moltres could be a solid fire type, and it's actually my only ground immunity on this team, so that was one of the reasons for it. So this team is kind of meant to support Moltres, and yeah, I've got that special defensive Rhyperior, which is very, very good in the current meta. And I have Life Orb, Shaman, Physically Defensive Blastoise. Those three round out my Moltres, Shaman, and Blastoise. Gotta specify. Specify your pronouns, Taylor. Yeah, standard English. And yeah, that also provides Rapid Spin support for my Moltres, which is very beneficial. And then I have just Scarf, Minchow, and Banded Locks. Just standard shit. And my opponent, he's using a fairly well-rounded team right here. He's got he's got 3 Pokemon, and Zapdos, Cofagrigus, and Hitmontop, which could be either offensive or defensive. Gligar and Umbreon are almost certainly defensive, and Honchkrow is almost certainly offensive. But it seems like we're both using pretty well-balanced teams right here, and it looked to be a pretty good battle just from the team preview. So I am just going to get this started here, as he does lead with this Cofagrigus, more than likely predicting my Minchow lead, because Minchow is a very good lead. Scarf, I outspeed all of his shit, so that's just kind of, what to do. And then I am going to go out to Moltres, because I can hit this Cofagrigus hard on its weaker special defensive side, while I do have the wide lens, as you actually, no, you can't see it, but he knocked off my wide lens, which is unfortunate, because I am a wide lens variant of Moltres. So he is going to switch out to his Umbreon now, and I am just going to go for the U-turn, because I'm not choice select. I wasn't choice select to begin with, but I'm not. And I could just get some damage, get switch initiative, and now I'm going to stay in and take this Foul Play. For whatever, I know Foul Play is like the standard on Umbreon now, but for whatever reason I just never see it coming. But I do take the hit, because I'm pretty sure I do have some defensive EVs. Not very many though, but I do have some. And I'm able to KO him, which means he doesn't get his wish recovery, which is good. And now I'm going to go out to my Moltres and be resistant to the close combat. And now I'm going to go for the U-turn, predicting... I really should have gone straight for the Fire Blast there and just taken my chances, but I didn't. And now I go out to my Shaman, and I'm just able to take him out anyway. So, now he's just going to bring in his Zapdos, who is a pretty big threat to this team. I'm pretty sure he's just going to go straight for the Heat Wave or the HP Ice. So, I feel pretty comfortable going out to my Rhyperior. Also, I'm moving the mic, so if you hear that, that's what's going on there. And I go for the protect to scout for grass, not because, like I said, special defensive Rhyperior is just well, let me pause this shit real quick. Yeah, special defensive Rhyperior is very good in UU right now, and a lot of things like Zapdos or Tornadus, especially Tornadus, they will just randomly carry grass, not to OHKO special defensive Rhyperior, and it pisses me the fuck off. So I actually used to have Toxic over Protect, so I could hit bulky water types like Slowbro, because, yeah, sure, I do have Shaman to hit them, but, I'm not always going to have Shaman around, and that's really my best thing to deal with the bulky water. So I had Toxic on there just to hit bulky waters and deal residual damage to them, but because of all these stupid things just randomly carrying Grass Knot, I decided to carry Protect, just to scout. And if he had Grass Knot, then I would switch accordingly, and if he had HP Grass, then I know I could take it. However, he does get a crit there, but I'm still able to take it. That's just how good Special Defensive Rhyperior is. I'm still able to take the HP Grass, and Zapdos is no slouch in the offenses and a special attack stat. So I am just going to be able to take the hit, as I mentioned. Go for the Rock Blast. I have Rock Blast over Stone Edge because this is more of a utility set, and Rock Blast is more helpful in breaking subs, since I'm not offensive. If I was offensive, I'd probably carry Stone Edge, but I wouldn't be able to take that if I was offensive. And since I only get 3, that only does about half. And I'm just going to switch out to Minshao because it seems like he's not going to bother predicting. And then the Gligar switch is obvious, so I do just go for the U-turn as opposed to something like the Stone Edge. And I go out to my Shaman, which has the HP Ice, and I'm able to OHKO the Gligar. And I was going out to his Honchkrow. I predicted the Sucker Punch, which I know I could take, and I go for the HP Ice. I thought that would kill because Honchkrow was kind of frail, but I guess I underestimated its bulk. I'm pretty sure this one's like a max HP variant. I know a lot of them are running max speed, but some of them do run max HP, so that's probably why he's able to take it so well. And now I send in my Blastoise because that is physically defensive, and since my Rhyperior is at low health, I would have sent that in, but it is at low health, so I can't take it. And now I just go for a bunch of Scalds to try and fish for the burn, crit, whatever. Since he's just roosting here, and he does just decide to stop roosting and just to get damage off on me. And I'm able to take out his Honchkrow, and now he's just going to send in his Zapdos. So I'm going to send in my Rhyperior as Death Fodder because it's at low HP, and won't be able to do anything to his remaining 2 Pokemon, especially at the HP that it's at. And now I'm just going to send out my Minshao, because I thought that the Stone Edge would be able to KO, because I figured he was going to be an offensive variant, but it turns out he's not an offensive variant. He's some kind of bulkier variant, because he's able to take that Stone Edge so well, and that's confirmed by the fact that my Moltres, which isn't even max speed, I think I'm like 224 timid, and because that's able to outspeed him, that confirms that he was bulky, and then I could just finish off Hitmontop with the Hurricane. I got a little lucky there that even with my wide lens knocked off, I didn't miss any Fire Blasts or Hurricanes, but, even without the wide lens, it's still favorable for me to hit them, even though, it's Pokemon, so if like a 10% chance is really a 50% chance, but whatever, that was still an enjoyable game. Again, I don't know what your name is, but yeah, it was an enjoyable game. And this team I may try and get a Wi-Fi match with. I know Wi-Fi. I think it's been over a year since I've uploaded any Wi-Fi to my personal channel, but I don't think I haven't been able to really play Wi-Fi since like October, but around late February, early March, I was just tinkering around with my DS because I was bored, and I was able to fix the issue with it, because what happened was that my mother was cleaning my room, because apparently it's not up to her standards of clean, even though I think my room is plenty clean. And normally she just tells me to clean it, but I think there was like company coming over or something, and you know how people are. It's like, ooh, gotta clean the house before the cleaning lady gets here, even though we don't have a cleaning lady, but you know what the point is. And I had my DS just laying on my bed because, like I said, I was tinkering with it because, it was kind of working, but, really wasn't working. And then she just tossed it aside, and it's already, like, on the verge of breaking. and that made a ribbon cable come loose. But fortunately, the ribbon cable itself wasn't damaged. I just had to reseat it, which I was able to do. And now my DS is back in the same condition before, which is like 80% working, which means it's mostly functional. So, like I said, I might be able to get a Wi-Fi match with this team because I've really been enjoying it. Because, yeah, it uses Moltres, which is it's not one of my favorite pokes. I really like water types the best, and like just blue Pokemon in general. But I do enjoy using Moltres, and I've gone rambling on just way too long here. Anyways, enjoy your day, and peace.